Okay guys, back ito sa non-commercial account natin. So sorry for the break. Of course, habang may break kanina, pinalikan natin itong hearing dyan sa Senado kung saan nagrereklamo si Senator Bato de la Rosa about itong mga expose daw, expose daw na nangyari sa Senado. Ito, Justice Carpio, I want to ask about this. So in the earlier part of our discussion, we look at the picture in the West Philippine Sea, ano mga kailangan natin gawin, anong pwede natin maasahan sa mga kapitbahay natin. Pero ang tanong kasi dito is, sobrang unstable tayo domestically, di ba? You need a whole of nation approach, di ba? Yun ang term na I keep on hearing right now from government officials, which is a good thing because that's what we really need. We need a whole of nation approach. But we have a crazy situation whereby hindi lang away ng mga Duterte at saka mga Marcoses, but yung mga pro-Duterte people ay nag-away ngayon. Yung si Maharlika, inaway si Bato de la Rosa. And then more worryingly, may nakikita na tayong mga inklings of influence operations. I mean, may nakita tayo na, I think ang tawag dyan technically is cheap fake. Kasing deep fake medyo ginagastusan eh. Yung nakita natin cheap fake, kung saan sinisimulate si Bongbong Marcos na kunyari he's doing something aggressive against China, etc. So we already have an inkling of the direction of the wind, di ba? Kung ganyan mo, alam mo na papunta saan. Can we talk about this? How worried are you, Justice Carpio, about the prospect of destabilization? Let's use the term that they used to use against us for 6 years. Do you think there's a destabilization plot really ongoing, or that could intensify further and potentially backed by a foreign power? To put it nicely, di umano'y, o sige, para may caveat tayo, di umano'y backed up by a foreign power.
Well, it's very possible because these people could be desperate already, and these people have no moral scruples. I mean, they will go for assassination, but can they pull it off? Very difficult. I think the president is well protected, and they always give hints. No? First, they demand the president should step down, should resign. And if he resigns, who will take over? Sila. So it doesn't take rocket scientists to know their direction. And if they are cornered because they could be sent to The Hague, they just might do something foolish. But I don't think they can pull it off. It will be a desperate move. I don't think they will succeed. I know how well protected the president is with the PSG, and the AFP is solidly behind the commander-in-chief. They're so indoctrinated with the doctrine of the commander-in-chief, and their loyalty to the Constitution is beyond doubt. So I doubt that if it can be anybody who tries to do any destabilization will succeed. But they will try. It's possible they will try if they're cornered.
I think a cornered beast is sometimes a bit dangerous, right? To put it mildly, no. And ako naman, syempre, you have to always err on the side of caution. I mean, we are a heartbeat away from a change of regime, not only administration, and totally change of our foreign policy direction. Some people would say. Does the president have people he can rely on? Kasi for a long time, Justice Carpio, the question is, wala naman bongo si BBM eh. Yung bongo niya si Vic Rodriguez, of course, we know what happened. And yung mga tao ngayon na chief of staff niya, mga ganun, either yung mga, these are clerical people, no offense to some of your former colleagues, or these are people who are, they're his party mate, his friends back in the day. So I think people know who I'm referring to. Wala siyang bongo. But my understanding is someone like Secretary Anyo is emerging as the kind of the ultimate adult in the room, right? Someone who's extremely capable, extremely smart. I interviewed him in the past. I'm constantly in touch with people from National Security Council to understand what are the concerns of our country. Is that also your reading? Of course, it's the whole system, right? Bronner, General Bronner, but parang sa tingin ko si Anyo talaga yung ngayon, di ba? Siya yung ultimate adult in the room. And nakita natin very strongly push back siya kay Digong, who apparently was, his former boss when he was the LG secretary, not to mention he used to work with Digong when he was stationed there as an AFP commander.
I have a great faith in our military, in the armed forces, that they will do the correct thing. Remember, Richard, Duterte forced the AFP to allow Dito to put up cell sites in all camps nationwide. And they had no choice but to agree because it was an order from the president, from President Duterte. And you know what that means. The Chinese will put up cell sites in all camps nationwide so that China would be listening to all our communications. And the AFP dutifully followed the commander-in-chief and signed, but they never implemented it.
Eh.
They delayed and delayed until Duterte left. And now I'm informed by them that they are not implementing it. It's just there. It's dead. So you can see,
Skeleton lang yung Chinese telecom stuff.
yeah, they know what to do. These people are intelligent, and they know the purpose of China. They know what China is doing, and that is ingrained in them. Their purpose in life is to defend Philippine territory and the maritime zones, and they will not do anything to that will be against this basic duty of a soldier. Because the basic duty of a soldier is to defend the Philippine state, the territory, and they will not do anything to 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 betray that mission of theirs. So I have great faith in the armed forces.
I definitely share that. I mean, I think one of the pieces I'm most proud of was a New York Times op-ed I did back in the day when I said, not Duterte's personal army. So I contended from 2017 onwards na hindi maging private army ni Digong ito. Unfortunately, about PNP, we can have a separate discussion, right? But the AFP really held the line. I think ang tawag ko dyan, M&M. I think the main media and folks like you know, all of us together, plus the military, we really held the line during that 6 years. Because I think we were very close to complete regime change. I think Duterte was just a few steps away. If only he were a bit more competent and we were a little bit more lax, which fortunately we were not. I agree with that. Now, but Justice Carpio, of course, there's going to be still political mudslinging among others. And one of the things we're seeing right now is this interesting back and forth between Duterte aligned people. It's Senator Bato de la Rosa, this blogger na nagalit si Arnold Clavio, sabi niya hindi media personality yan, ano yan, sabi ko hindi nga vlogger yan, mga ano yan eh. Alam niyo na, di ba?
We call that paid hacks.
Hindi yan media personality, hindi rin vlogger. Wag niyo naman insultuhin yung mga vlogger na rin ako. Hindi naman kami ganyan, di ba? So what is this this whole pulveronic discourse, right? Na meron daw silang video or gagawa sa deepfake, tapos meron daw ito sa PDEA, meron daw documents about BBM, which Duterte was referring to, right? Do you think something is going on there? I mean, or do you think divided din yung mga DDS, I'm sorry, makapili, whatever you want to call them, on how to approach? Because this is dangerous. I mean, if you're gonna go there and try to implicate the president on this, the hammer will come down, right?
Well, if they have any evidence, they should have brought it out already. I don't think they have anything.
And Justice, where do you think the investigation will go when it comes to the gentleman's agreement, the whole Marites and about it? Do you think that's something that could also be, I don't want to use the word used, but maybe they're also desperate, not only on the ICC issue, because pwede rin sila mapin down dito sa, well, allegations of treason. Of course, wala tayong treason law for peacetime, but you know, the gentleman's agreement could be very much contrary to our national interest. So if you look at the resolution of the Philippine Congress, it more or less says it was contrary to our national interest, if ever true.
Yeah, there's a provision in the anti-graft law that you're liable for anti-graft if you do anything that injures the government, that causes undue damage to the government because of your inexcusable gross negligence or manifest bad faith. And it could fall under that because that's causing undue damage to the government because we will lose our part of our EEZ to China. I mean, when you agree that we will not repair Sierra Madre, that means that you will allow it to sink, and then we will have to leave the area because we will lose our outpost. That's the meaning of that. So he could be held liable for that.
Even if he's not a sitting government official anymore, what kind of
Yes,
penalties
because
are we
the
looking at?
prescriptive period for that is 20 years.
Okay, so it goes beyond their tenure, right?
Yeah,
So what kind
yeah,
of punishments are we looking at just in case if held
6 to
accountable?
10 years.
Oh, wow. Not bad. Just in case, I'm just saying, not bad. I mean, if ever hindi ma-ICC, dadalhin dun sa kabila, pwede naman dito, di ba? I mean, I'm just saying, the walls are closing in, right? If you're in that camp, right? Things are not looking that good for them. Kaya nga sabi ko, baka desperate na mga to, magde-deepfake mga to, mag-chip fake mga to, kung anong gulo na mga gagawin nila. Thank you so much, Justice Carpio. I think this was a very extensive discussion. Ayokong pilitin, I want to talk more, but I'd rather come back to you later on because I'm sure you have a lot to also deal with. Lastly, again, balikan natin yung ano mo, yung Davao, ano mo. Do you think our good AFP should also step in and deal with the Kibuloy issue? Kasi mukhang, totoo ba na si Kibuloy, may mga tinetrain sila ng mga military army people? May nakita akong mga ceremony na parang yung academy ni Kibuloy ay tumutulong dun sa mga gusto magsundalo. I mean, what's the score there? I'm seeing a lot of stuff there. I mean, ano ba
Well,
nangyari?
I don't know. I haven't verified that, but I think the NBI the DOJ should send the NBI to Davao to look for Kibuloy because you cannot rely on the police there.
And to what degree is the Kibuloy saga important on the potential fall of the House of Duterte? Kasi are they, I mean, in a way, right? I mean, kung hindi mahuli-huli si Kibuloy, in a way, he's just gonna be a easygoing fugitive. Then what are the prospects for even more powerful people being held accountable? Or maybe it's a matter of choose your battles and go for what's more important. Do you get what I'm saying, right, Justice Carp? Because it's easy for people to be skeptical. Ito sinasabi no, malapit ng ICC, malapit na ganun. Tingnan nyo nga si Bantag, hindi pa nahuli. Si Gubole nga, going around pa rin. Tapos yung mga videos na from last year na birthday niya, lumilitaw pa rin, which gives the wrong impression that this guy is having a good time. Maybe he is, right? So I think there's also this skepticism, if not cynicism, na this is all noise. At the end of the day, powerful people get away, with injustice and wrongdoings. Are you confident that the arc of justice is I mean, the history is bending towards the arc of justice finally, at least on this issue, because there's so much involved: national interest, human rights, factional war. Ang dami na nilang kalaban. Sila na rin nag-away na ngayon.
Well, I think President Marcos Jr. will have to show some results here because if you have Bantag beyond the reach of the law, he cannot be found, and if you have Kibuloy, I think that will be that will show some incompetence. I mean,
Parang Teves lang, di ba? Ang alam ko nahuli lang Teves so far, but still, I mean,
yeah, well, Tevez is out of the country, so but these two are here. I mean, you should be able to find them. And if you cannot find them, that means the police and the NBI are not with you.
exactly, right? That raises questions about chain of command's coherence,
Yes.
right? To put it
Yeah.
mildly, di ba? In an era of GPS and drones and everything, hindi mo mahanap yung mga taong yan. I'm having a hard time believing that, to be honest. Lastly, I forgot to ask it. What do you think about itong editorial by the Manila Times? Title is Beijing's Mouthpiece, directly attacking Digong, right? I mean, remember, kasama ka ba, sir, sa My Tricks? Galit kami ni Ronald kasi di kami sinama doon. Sinama pa si Gretchen, no? At saka Jollibee. Kaming dalawa hindi sinama eh. Yung, alam mo, di ba? Yung Matrix 1, Matrix 2, di ba? Ngayon, galit na yung editorial board ng Manila Times. Kaya di ko ang mouthpiece na daw siya. What's going on there? Is this like the sinking vessel and all? I mean, what's going on here?
Well, I hope they're sincere in what they're doing. But on the other side of the world, you have a lot of people now leaving the political parties and joining the party of the president. So baka ganyan din yan, no? So we'll have to look and see.
One less people for one side is always something positive. I mean, I'm just being pinipilit ko na lang maging optimistic about our country. Pero di ba, Justice Carpio, yun nga, kung hindi mo mahuli si Banda si Kibuloy, medyo, it's hard to get people excited about justice when it comes to someone way bigger, di ba? I'm just saying, you're right, the president has to show some teeth, has to show na Kaya nga tawag sa kanya kuting, di ba? Nung vlogger scammer na yan, kuting ang tawag sa dapat tigre. Tigre ng norte. Dapat pakita siya ng ano, di ba?
You know, I'm sure they can find these two if they want to. The police, they know where they are. So it's sad if they could not be arrested.
Or maybe may 3-in-1 package na mangyari, Justice Carpio. Isabay silang lahat. Baka naman, dahil Ilocanong presidente natin, wait lang, magastos. I-3-in-1 na natin, isang araw na natin silang huli. No? So alam niyo na sa inyong third para kompleto yung 3-in-1 natin. Ano na, di ba? Kung cheap fake yung kabila, dito naman 3-in-1 para affordable. On that note, Justice Carpio, is there anything else you want to tell dun sa mga kababayan natin? Thank you so much we talked about Read Bank, which is not discussed too much, but apparently when we talk, sabi ko, sige, wag natin pag-usapan, hayaan natin gumawa lang ng tama yung gobyerno. Pero in Scarborough, I like it kasi itong sequential lawfare and then potentially backing it up with directly challenging their de facto encirclement and semi-occupation, that should be the way forward kasi nakatenga lang tayo dyan. So forever na yung ganyan Scarborough, that's untenable.
Yeah, we should do something, file a case.
Thank you very much, Justice Carpio. On that note, hopefully next time hindi na ito yung mga cheap Zoom yung gagamitin natin. Gagana yung UP faculty natin. Otherwise, kailangan ko na mag-upgrade dito. On that note, thank you very much, Justice Carpio. Mabuhay ka. More power to you and talk to you soon. Hopefully, we can arrange also in person kasi ang init lang ngayon eh. So hopefully, medyo kung hindi na mainit, let's arrange in person naman. Mag-uupo tayo. I think lots to discuss. God bless po. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, Richard. Thank you and thank you to our viewers.
Salamat.